guys ready?
It's the plan, Bobby.
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy?
You ready?
Here we go.
Good, y'all. Welcome back to the OG NBA betting show. Got Wham, Bam, and Dutchie with me right now, but Bano's gonna fall through very shortly. And man, I keep checking right along. It's been a great week. I had another good day yesterday. Shout out to them Pellies. Man, hopefully I can get another winner today. I have one that I really like. Looking to add some more. I'm gonna go around the horn, man. I'm gonna go to you first, Dutchie. How you feeling today?
The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plug. Yeah, man. Good to be back with the fellas, man. You know, we got an okay looking card. You know, this Wi-Fi sticks with me. I'll try to vibe out with y'all. But it's up. I'm gonna slide out because this shit pissed me off. But yeah, man. Good to be back with the fellas.
Wham Bam, what's good with you?
My man said that shit pissed him off. Shout out to my boy Dutch, man. Shout out to bro. Yeah. Shout out to the chat though, man. The people love to see my boy here, man. Shout out to my boy Skee. But Beno will be sliding through, so we will have a full roster in effect. Shout out to people like Damo in the chat, Cheshire Cat. We see y'all, man. The fix is in. We see what's going on up in there. Kev, what's up with y'all, man? Greg, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's all love. So another day, we did win the best bet yesterday. The boy McQueen, like you said, it was good. It was all good right there with the Pelicanos. So shout out to that. Let's win again today, though, man. That's what it's about.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? How long ago was the Lakers playing? That wasn't yesterday, right?
Nah, that was a while ago.
The day before?
Yeah.
Like, people still talking to me about this bet right here. Bro, they still talking to me about this right here. I get it. I understand, bro. Damn. I've won a lot of bets since then and that day. That was my only loss.
Since then.
Bro,
This was a
I'm
long
still
time
hearing about this, but I'm sorry, all right? Damn. I lost too, okay?
Man, that's what y'all gotta really, man. We really be losing money. Like, bro, I be hot. Not only did I came up here and made a fool of myself, I really just lost some. Come on now.
Hey, shout out to them Pelicans, though. Y'all know. All right, we move forward. Let's get it. First game up, we going to Cavs and Wizards. It opened up minus 14.5. It looks like 15. Total went from 238.5 to about 245, 245.5. Let me refresh the injury report, actually. I know there's no Jared Allen, no Merrill, no Nance, no Strus. For Washington, Branham has gotten rolled out. Your boy Cool Breeze out, Kispert out, Middleton out, Sarr out. All these people out. I'm out on taking the Wizards. Just Cavs are nothing for me in this game. And I'm not mad at the total still going up because I don't trust either team to play defense. I think they both can put the ball in the basket. So I guess I agree. It's just 7 points is a little bit late to be getting there for me right now. What do you think about this one, Wham Bam?
Yeah, I mean, what I think is Cavs first quarter is only the way I would go. 7-3 on the road. They're terrible at home in the first quarter, but in this situation like this, where they kind of got the outmatch, they outmatching their opponent here, and this is a game where they definitely want to. I think they want to put on a show. But man, I ain't gonna lie though. Like I think it's so many games in here in this situation, bro. It's kind of hard. But yeah, of course, look, Nick. Of course, Wham on the Cavs first quarter. Yeah, I know y'all was gonna like that. I knew y'all was gonna like that. That's why I said that shit. It's because this is actually a good spot for them in the first quarter, and it's gonna win by double digits. Watch. It's -5. It's gonna win by double digits. Watch.
Cavs first quarter. Play the shit, Skee.
Is bad for your health.
He said I can hear Dutchie right now.
That's funny as fuck.
All right, we're gonna keep it moving, man. Next game is a little better. Pistons and Hawks. This one opened up 6.5. Looks like We'll call it 7. 7 is consensus right now. Total hasn't really moved. For the Pistons, you just have Jones out for ATL. No Porzingis. We know you know Trae Young. Dante's out. Durisic is out. Man, I don't know. I just feel like the Hawks match up pretty well with the Pistons. I want to say they played them. This is off the top of my head, honestly. I feel like they played them twice already this year, and they were both pretty close. Jalen Johnson, I would look towards his props today. I feel like, if I'm expecting Atlanta to be close or to win this game, it's going to be large part due to him. So either Jalen Johnson props or Hawks for me. What do you think here, Wham Bam?
And you're correct, bro. The last 2 games they played on the 1st of December and the 18th of November. Both games, Detroit won. First one was 120 to 112, where Detroit covered. But the other following one, Atlanta was like plus 9.5. Probably got the same team that they have right now. You know what I'm saying? Without Trae Young, things of that nature. And it was a very close game. They only lost by 1 point in that game. So it was kind of like the flip of the scenarios here. In this game, this is a big spread. And clearly, I say clearly I would want to be on the Atlanta side here. Just because of the situation here, I just think that this is where you're getting like a little bit of value. And they're not a bad team just because we know they're not a bad team. But this Detroit team, man, they've been kind of like haven't been able to push shot. For me, at least, they haven't been able to push themselves into that contender situation. Like how you said, like you said OKC at first, but it's still kind of some pullback. Like, nah, they're not really like that. Like, I still feel like they haven't pushed themselves into that stratosphere of great team where I'm going to believe that they're going to be able to cover this big spread. And that's why I really like Atlanta here. That's the only thing I could really go in and say, just because I don't necessarily know outside of the same people, Jalen Johnson and those boys here. So I can only think to take Atlanta on the spread here. But that's only a lean, not even like a exotic. I'm just not on it.
He said, Skee say it. Everybody on the Hawks. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't bet this one. I'm just, we got hold on, man. Said Dutch scared. That boy Dutch stay scared. No, he said, Dutchy, where you at? Dutch just got some, just Wi-Fi was just messing up today. That's all. Dutchy, he'll be back, man. He might be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, he'll be straight.
All right. Next game up, we got Bulls and Hornets. Opened up -3.5 for the Bulls. Looks like 3 total. Opened up 233.5, down as low as 229.5. Injury report. A lot of people on there for the Bulls. Collins, Jones, Okoro, Smith, White, all probable. DeSumo and Herder both out. For Charlotte, no LaMelo, Connaughton, Mann, Sexton, Williams. Then you have Diabate, probable. No LaMelo definitely slows the pace quite a bit. I don't know. I lean towards under in this one. If I like anybody in this one, it's our boy Khan. Probably over his points or something like that. But other than that, it's a slow-paced game for me, in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't like this game. I like the last 3 games more than the first 3.
I agree with you on that last statement as well. I do think that Brandon Miller is a clear player that's going to get an uptick in usage here. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he's going to be more like trying to get him involved. But I mean, this is a fire sale team on fire sale team. Both of these teams on fire sale mode. I think that they are trying to sell off their players. This is a nasty ass game. I think this is one of those clear backwoods to me. I think this is because this is both teams with who want to win this game. I don't know. It could be the Hornets could win this game outright. I don't know. But like you said, I like my boy Con Air. Like Dutch would say, I like Con Air right here in this situation because it's all stats accumulated. Maybe even like the over. Maybe I could see Babano liking the over in this game too. if you really just want to like squeeze the juice out of this. But that's it, bro.
I feel like it's just exotic, but not even really exotic.
Is bad for your health.
See, I like Little Showtime. Little Showtime 20.5 with Brandon Miller. I like that.
Yeah. Dutchy said, like Dutch ain't letting that shit slide. I think that was our boy from earlier. He said, I see you, Tommy Buns. All right. Next game. Pacers and Sixers. This one opened 7.5. It looks like 7. Came down from 229.5 to 224.5. Looking at it, Embiid is probable. Maxey is questionable. No Oubre. You know, the line still at -7 with Maxey questionable. That's what's just standing out to me.
Is Maxey questionable or is he already out? I thought he was like already considered out, right? Or what's up with this?
I mean, he got downgraded to questionable with an illness.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
So, I don't know. Like the line just staying there. I kind of feel like they're telling us he's gonna play, but it's still hard for me to lay 7 points with the Sixers. That's just how I feel. Maybe just the slightest lean towards Indiana. Let me get my guy in here too. What's up, Urbano?
Urbano.
What's up? How's everybody for a Friday?
Can't complain. We went through the first 4 games, or this is the 4th game. We didn't go through the last 3, all the 4 o'clock start games, and we're looking at this one right now.
Good stuff. Yeah, as far as the early games, I'm on. What did I do with the first few games? Let me see here. Cleveland and Washington. That one I took the over, but God, the number's gotten crazy now. 245, 245.5. I didn't bet Atlanta, Detroit. Utah, Memphis. Utah, I took Utah there. I just think, I'm not ready to lay that with Memphis. I know it's Utah on the road, not quite the same, but
we didn't get there yet. Not that one.
Oh, we didn't. Sorry, we didn't get to Utah. Oh, that's what am I looking at here? Oh, yeah, I see Indiana Phillies at the bottom on the rotation. That's what screwed me up. You're right, but it's before the Utah-Memphis game. Okay. Yeah, so Cleveland, Washington over. That's the only thing I've got for the first 2 games you talked about. Did you talk Indy-Philly already?
We're doing that now. Go ahead.
Right now. Yeah, I like Indiana. I like Indiana plus 7.5. This team's not been very good at home lately, the Sixers. 3-5 straight up, 1-7 against the number, their last 8 at home. And they're not covering these kind of numbers. There's definitely some chemistry issues with Embiid and George. They're still trying to get familiar. And it looks like they're in. And now Tyrese Maxey's downgraded to questionable. And that's the bigger deal. That's the guy, that's the straw that stirs the drink for this Sixers team on a nightly basis. And he's battling an illness. So that's an issue here for the Sixers. And here's the Pacers, slowly but surely flying way under the radar, playing a little bit more competitively, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. Like I said, I think this Pacers team is showing me enough now that they can be competitive here tonight. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite sides. I like the Pacers. It's too many points to me.
Wham Bam, what you got here?
Man, no, I like what Babano was saying here, but I don't necessarily have too much in this game because I didn't know what's going on with Maxey. I think that changes total dynamics for the Sixers. I think they have a better chance of winning this game and covering with him in this game. In this game, with them being at the house, and this is being a road game, that's the only thing that I'm giving them a little bit edge there with him in the lineup. Outside of that, I agree. I think the Pacers are going to take advantage. Just being tenacious, just being very tenacious against this team. And I don't really like this team with like you said, all those guys, all those older players without Maxey here. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I haven't pulled anything in this game.
That Jay Huff has made a difference for Indiana. I don't know where he came from, but Jay Huff has given them some defense now in the paint, which is something they didn't have early in the year. They're actually a fringe top 10 team on defense in the last 2 weeks, Indiana. So they have picked things up on that end of the basketball court. And like I said, that gives me the confidence they make this a game.
Man, my thing is tripping right now. It just won't refresh or let me do anything. So I can't get a chance to look at what I want to look at, but I do lean towards Indiana. You have B-Man, if you like Indiana's defense, he says Sixers 9-1 to their team total under at home. If Maxi's out, especially hard to see them hitting their team total. All right. Next game up, we have Jazz and Grizzlies, and open 6.5 looks like 7. Total went from 239.5 all the way up to 243.5. I think I might have to agree with that total, but Beno, you already saying you like the Jazz. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, this is a like don't love bet for me, but it's just Memphis whenever they're laying this many points, not interested. They're not the team that I trust in this kind of a range. Utah, they've obviously had their ups and downs on the road, but like I said, with this Memphis team, I don't know if they've got the capabilities as far as covering a number of this magnitude. I do agree with the totals move up here in this game as well for the 242.5. It's moved quite a bit, but definitely think we'll see both teams being able to score here pretty well in this game. You look at Memphis. I know lately they've played some better defense, but I think the one thing about Utah is that they've shown the ability, even on the road now, to score a little bit more lately too. Against Golden State, they put a big number on the board. When they beat Brooklyn, they put up 123. The defense comes and goes too for the Utah Jazz, and that's still where they have their issues. They've given up 120s and 140 to New York in one game. So I like this game to go over the total here. Like I said, Memphis not in this price range. Do I love trusting them when they're talking 7.5 point favorite?
Yeah, you know what? That defense that Memphis has been playing, it's going to look a lot different without Zach Edey down there.
Yeah.
I like that over. I think it still can go over. Wham Bam, any thoughts for you on Jazz and Grizzlies?
Yeah, man. I like Cedric Coward over 14.5 points. I think he gets a nice little uptick of usage. Just kind of been all over the place. 12 attempts last game, 18 attempts the game prior, 13, 11, 10, 10. You know what I'm saying? I think he's probably going to be ending off with an average about 15.5 to 16 attempts for the year. Being that he's a rookie, still establishing himself into the league, but in this game, I think he gets a good numbers of opportunities here. And like you said, I like the over too, just based off of me liking this potential bet over. It kind of trends for a lot of these players here, just based off of who they're going up against and the opportunity that they have a hand here. So Cedric Coward over 14.5 points. I think he gets to the buckets today and gets over this total.
I like it. I was trying to look just really quick at the Grizzlies so far without Zach Edey this season. And yeah, they played 13 games, 8-5 to the under, but I don't know. I still do think this one can get over. We'll see. All right. Next game is Nets and Mavs. Opened up -7 for the Mavs. Now it's -8. Total open 224.5 down to 221.5. And when I look at the injuries, D'Angelo Russell is questionable, Gaffer's doubtful, Kyrie's out, Highsmith out, Cam Thomas out for the Nets. I'm on the Nets +8. I absolutely cannot lay 8 points with the Mavericks. They are 0-5 so far as a home favorite. And the last thing I remember too, it was a post-game interview. It was Nembhard. He was like, I think we're forcing the ball to Anthony Davis too much. I feel like the chemistry and everything is just not there right now for them to be laying and expect them to win by double digits. I think the Nets can keep it respectable. So +8 is in my pocket. Babano, I think you would be the one to agree on that.
There's nothing more to say. Absolutely 0-5 against the number. Have not covered yet one single time this year laying points at home, this Dallas Mavericks team. My one concern is this is probably the best Dallas has looked all year, this little stretch they've put together. And, they beat Denver on the road by 10. They beat Miami by 10 at home. They beat the Houston Rockets in very impressive fashion in their last game, 122-109. So that's my one concern. Mavericks are playing great ball, and they play like that tonight. there's a scenario where they could win by double digits because we are still talking about an offensively challenged Brooklyn Nets team at times that has trouble putting the ball in the basket. Dallas's defensive game, I think, has really gotten pretty strong here the last few games. The concern is Brooklyn going to score enough here in this game? That's a real concern. But I keep coming back to the point spread being the great equalizer here. Dallas is now laying 7.5, 8, and it's Dallas that has proven time and time again laying numbers like this at home. They've come up short. They've come up short ATS. So, and the one thing you get from Brooklyn most nights, once in a while, you'll see them get blown out, but a lot of times they're still going to give you, a decent amount of effort most nights with this group. That's the one thing I give, Jordi Fernandez credit for. Has this team still, on certain nights digging in and playing, with great effort most nights. So, like I said, Brooklyn here I think is worth a look here in this game. My one concern is Dallas is starting to rev it up. Their form is a lot better than earlier in the year when they weren't covering these numbers, as home favorites. But it's still a prove-it league. They have to prove it to me in this point spread role where they've been a disaster that they can get it done.
WAM, what you got?
Yeah, both the teams been playing pretty well for each other. I mean, in a retrospect of what their seasons has been so far, I would say that I would lean towards the Brooklyn side of things just because they're getting this big number, like you guys are saying here. So Dallas hasn't really shown anything, like you said, to Bobano at the house as a favorite with their 0-6, like you said. Even as a favorite in general, they're not good. Period. So that being said, I do like that Cooper getting a little bit in his more regular role that he should be playing. I think that kind of correlates to them playing a little bit better. So it is still something I'm looking into. They should be able to win by a good number here, but do I trust them? No. So I do agree. I think Brooklyn Nets is the spot here. I did want to jump in on some of the stuff, some of the props with Cooper here because I think it's showcase time. He's starting to try to get back to that MVP rookie of the year form. Get his rookie of the year crown back that a lot of people done put money on, all that other good shit, whatever the case. But so yeah, I think some of his props are live too.
All right, good stuff, y'all. I left that comment up because y'all seen what I was doing. I'm trying to make some moves, man. I seen Ant out. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Shit. Wolves and Warriors. The line just went all the way back up to 4.5. I'm looking at a 4 right now, and I'm still thinking that's good. I mean, no Ant. It's already a Wolves team that's not good on the road. A Wolves team that ended the Warriors season last year. I know they still have the bigs, and Warriors are lacking bigs today, but I think they'll be able to outscore the Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah, I just moved on it. I was waiting on the Anthony news. Anthony Edwards. Yep. Golden State all the way. Fade Minnesota train continues for me. I've been fading them every time. Now, this time they're a dog. They're not a favorite. I've been fading them as favorites, big favorites. So this is a little different, but with Anthony Edwards, much different, much worse. Minnesota Timberwolves team. Golden State for me. Get on it now because it's moving.
What number are you taking, Babano?
I'm laying the money line. I got in on it at minus 155 money line. I'm okay with that. I'll eat the juice. Just ask them to win.
Ben, what you got?
I'm gonna go a little bit out the way here. Both teams have been struggling in the first quarter. 2-8 ATS Golden State and 3-7 ATS for the Timberwolves. There's going to be movement towards the Warriors here, knowing that the news there. I'm going to take the Timberwolves in the first quarter plus a half in the first quarter. I think they make it a little bit interesting in the first quarter. Still fizzle out towards the end though, like you guys are predicting.
All right, good stuff. I'm waiting right now. I'm watching this line. I'm hawking this line. I'm seeing what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be on the Warriors some way, shape, or form. I honestly think the Warriors first half could be a look too. The Warriors first half right now. I don't know. I see all kind of different numbers, but I do think both of them are looks. So I'm just waiting, seeing if it might come back down a little bit. If it doesn't, if it stays there, I'm good with it. I'm just, I'm just making sure I'll get a good number. All right. We can move it on over to best bets.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's one bet. Actually, there's one game I forgot to mention earlier. You guys talked about. You probably backwooded it, right? Chicago, Charlotte.
Absolutely.
I'm on Charlotte, guys. I don't even care that they're banged up and there's so many injuries. I'm on the Hornets. The Bulls. To be so Bulls to lose to this team that's so shorthanded and depleted. That's how bad Chicago is. I'm not laying points on the road with Chicago. I don't care if it's a JV basketball team. I don't care that
I'm not.
JV basketball team taking the court right now against the Chicago. Can't lay points with them on the road. They've got 2 wins in their last 10 games. You know what those 2 wins were? 1-point wins. 1 point against Portland and against Washington. Washington, one of the worst teams in the NBA. 1 point they beat them by. Yeah, give me Charlotte. I don't even care that they're banged up.
I'm not mad at that, Babano. Not mad at it at all. All right, best bets. Wham Bam, you first up. Let them know how to get paid.
Yeah, man, let's make it 3 days in a row. Cedric Coward, over 14.5 points. Memphis Grizzlies, rookie sensation, Cedric Coward, over 14.5 points. Let's get money today. Let's win.
For me, I'm going with the Nets. Nets +8. That is still the best number available. And you can't lay with the Mavericks. They're gonna have to show me. So 0-5 as a home favorite. I think it'll be 0-6 after tonight. But Bano, let them know how to get to the window and take us home.
Well, we're simpatico here. Of course, I'm simpatico at the end of the show, and Dutch is not on the show with Dutch because I do the Dutch impression at the end. But I think I'm simpatico with him in another way because I know one of his favorite looks on this Friday card is my best bet for tonight, and that's the Indiana Pacers, +7.5 against Philadelphia. It's too many points. Philly's been burning money for their backers at home, 3-5 straight up, 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 home games. George and Embiid are still trying to find that rhythm, that timing, that chemistry. You can tell. You could certainly see that against the Lakers the other night. And now, to make matters worse, not only a team slumping to win games and cover point spreads at home, might be down the new best player on the team. It ain't Embiid anymore. It's Tyrese Maxey, downgraded to questionable with that illness. Indiana, 8 of the last 10 they've covered. You can see this team starting to find some traction, even with all the injuries they've suffered and having to adjust to life without Tyrese Halliburton in the first couple months of the season. You could see they're starting to put it together, playing better at the defensive end of the court, and I think they're competitive tonight in the city of brotherly love. So Indiana +7.5 against Philadelphia for my best bet. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button on the way out. The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh. Stay blessed. And let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
You guys ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always winged it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy?
You ready?
Here we go.